Your skateboarding becomes great once you realize that you will never be great at skateboarding. It's going to be the theme of this video. Let's try a switch ollie. Let's see how switch is feeling today. Oh man, I'm still really working on my switch, nollie, and fakie, and just trying to get comfortable skating in all those different stances. Let's try nollie. Okay. Fakie. Your skateboarding becomes great once you realize you will never be great at skateboarding. It's been really what I've been thinking about so much these past couple weeks. I think it's a really important concept. The simple version, and we're going to expand on it a lot throughout this video, but the simple part of it is just once you realize that you're not going to be a professional level skateboarder, you're not going to be maybe as good as the skateboarders that you see out there on social media. Once you realize that you're not going to necessarily be at the highest of levels, it frees you up to kind of embrace the level that you're at and have fun with that. And to not go out there and beat yourself up for not being at a certain level, not learning a certain trick fast enough. Yeah, and it frees yourself up to have a little more fun in skating. So I had a session somewhat recently where I felt a little bit of frustration starting to creep in. And the frustration was because there were tricks I knew I was capable of landing that were just not clicking. And I started to think about the beginning of my skateboarding journey as an adult, as a beginner adult skateboarder. You know, a few years ago, I remember telling myself, man, if I could just land shove-its, kick flips, and heel flips consistently, or not even consistently, if I could just land those tricks, I would be so happy. And I could go to the skate park and not feel embarrassed being there, and I would just be the happiest person with my skateboarding if I could just land those tricks. And then I got to the point where I could land those tricks. And then what inevitably happened? Of course, then I was like, oh, if I could land those tricks on an obstacle, if I could land those tricks on a hip, or if I could land a varial flip or a 360 flip, that's what would make me feel content in my skateboarding. But the truth is, even if I could do that stuff, there's still something more I would want to learn before feeling content. I thought about how frustrated I was feeling in that session, which was, I think, filmed a week ago maybe. And I was thinking to when I started this YouTube channel. So I started this YouTube channel in February. I'm recording this in late June. And the first video I recorded on this channel, you can go back and watch it if you want. I did 49 kickflips in the video. Attempted 49 kickflips. I landed 2 of them. 2 kickflips out of 49. I bet I can land 2 kickflips right here. Let's do it, actually. Okay. Let's see how many attempts it takes. All right, there's one. Oh, we're gonna count that. So that was 4 attempts, landed 2 kickflips. So when I started this YouTube channel, just in February, that's how much I progressed. And I still had a session just a week ago where I was frustrated at the level of skating I was at. And that's how short our memories get sometimes as we're progressing in skateboarding, as we're learning new things, is we completely forget the level that we were at just a short period of time ago. And we obsess over the level that we think we should be at. And we struggle to find happiness with the level we're at. And it can steal our joy away in skating sometimes. So I think it's really important for us when we're skating to remember how much we have progressed. And even if we feel like we aren't progressing, even if we feel like our progression's not at the rate it should be at, we should still celebrate the small victories. The victories in the fact that instead of taking 49 tries for me to land 2 kickflips, I can now do it in just a few tries. There is the popular saying that comparison is the thief of joy. I think that's so true. I think that's really true of skateboarding as well. Just going to the skate park, comparing ourselves to other people, feeling maybe self-conscious about the ability that we're at, constantly comparing whether we are better than somebody else or what tricks we're good at, things like that. And it can really take the excitement out of, being okay with what you currently know. There's a balance that we have to figure out and strike the right balance of being content with where you are ability wise, while also wanting to get better. Because I don't want this video to come across like I'm trying to say, don't progress at skateboarding. Don't try to become a better skater, or it's lame to become a better skater, or anything like that. There's a balance. There's a balance in play between being happy and excited of where our abilities are as a skater and the desire to learn new tricks and to progress and to get better. I believe, in my experience, the average skater falls way more on the side of not being okay with the level they're at and wanting to progress, and falls to that extreme rather than just skating and being like, yeah, I'm super happy with where I'm at as a skater. I'm super happy with my abilities. I think most skateboarders, you can let me know in the comments if you feel different, but in my opinion, most skaters fall to the side of beating themselves up too much for not being good enough. And I think that can really, really steal your joy when you're skating. Wow. When that sun comes out, it for real heats up. These may be some strange camera angles, but I'm trying to put my camera in a spot where it's not going to overheat. I do want to be super, super clear on this point, is I'm not saying that going out and skating and wanting to progress and wanting to get better is a bad thing. It's good to skate and to want to get better. Every time I go and skate, I want to get better. The problem is when that desire to get better, when that desire to progress gets in the way of having fun, and leads to frustration. It can also lead to feeling burnt out in skateboarding, especially when the progression doesn't match your expectations. Um, oh, okay. Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's an obsession with progression. We can't let it completely steal all of our joy out of skating, and we can't let the obsession with progression make us so easily forget all the little successes we've had up to that point. Okay. Oh, I got too slow by the time I got to the curb. Here's where the teacher side is going to come out of me. If you don't know, I'm a middle school art teacher. And so I'm going to sound like a teacher for a second. I want you to take 30 seconds and I want you to think to yourself, wow, I sound like I'm talking to my class right now. But I want you to take 30 seconds and think to yourself while I'm doing this trick. What are some of the reasons that you skateboard? I have three reasons I skateboard. But I want you to take just a moment and think. You can even type them in the comments if you want while I try to land this board slide. What are the reasons you skateboard? Oh my gosh. I'm gonna give that one more try while you are pondering the answer to that question. Or if you haven't started skateboarding yet, what are the reasons that you want to skateboard? Okay. Hopefully by this point, you have your answer. But I'm gonna give you mine. 3 reasons. Number 1, to have fun. One of the reasons why I skateboard is because I think skateboarding is fun and I want to have fun. Oh, like that right there was very fun. That was awesome. Number 2, second reason I skateboard is to stay in shape. I don't love going to the gym. I don't love getting exercise that way. I used to love running actually, but skateboarding helps me stay in shape as I'm in my mid-30s, able to go out and get a good sweat in and stay in shape. So exercise, that's number 2. Number 3 for me is to make friends. I typically have found that the people that skateboard, the people around skateboarding culture, are typically pretty cool people, fun to hang out with, and I've made some good friends skating. Now notice, with those 3 reasons, there's nothing about becoming a professional. There's nothing about getting sponsored. There's nothing about learning blank amounts of tricks or whatever it is. And I would be willing to bet the majority of people who actually took those 30 seconds or however long it was, not many of you said anything about progressing or getting better or becoming a professional. So as I think about that, what my goals are, or not what my goals are, but the reasons I skate, the reasons we skate, no matter what level of skating you're at, whether you have just stepped on a board for the first time, or whether you can effortlessly board slide this obstacle that I'm trying to board slide right now, no matter what level you're at, you are good enough to do those 3 things. You are good enough to have fun skateboarding, even if you've never stepped on a skateboard before. Oh yeah. You are good enough to get exercise on a skateboard. And you are good enough to meet people skateboarding and to make friends. I promise you, it does not matter what level you're at. And that's what's crazy is we already, no matter what level we are at, we already are good enough at skateboarding. But we constantly tell ourselves that we aren't good enough. And I think that's really ironic. And I think that's really detrimental to the fun that we can have on the skateboard sometime. So that's my overall message of this video. No matter where you are at skating right now, you are already good enough. I'm going to attempt something that's a little hard for me, and I'm going to attempt to progress at skateboarding. I'm going to attempt to get better at skateboarding by landing a little no slide, shove it out on this curb. So, oh, there goes the sun. Got to move the camera. I was stupid enough to come out here at like 2:33, the hottest part of the day, in the middle of a heat wave. Oh, that was close. Okay. All right, let's try one more. Oh, I thought that was it. So the story of my skateboarding life is I feel like I'm going fast, and then I watch my clips back, and I'm going so slow. So I'm gonna do a few just like normal nose slides, normal board slides, and maybe some slappies. And I'm gonna push myself to skate like legitimately fast. Oh, this feels fast. I don't even know if that looks fast on camera. Okay. Oh, that one felt good. Oh, oh, that's scary. Oh, nice. Oh, that was. Oh. Oh. All right, last try. I'm legitimately exhausted and I'm out of water. Okay. All right, that's all. Oh, I'm going to attempt to close out this video really, really quick for two reasons. One, I don't think the phone's going to make it very long because it's so hot. And then two, I don't know if I'm going to make it very long because it's so hot. Overall theme of the video, and I'm going to go back to that quote from the very beginning. Your skateboarding becomes great once you realize you are never going to be great at skateboarding. If you can find a way to get past that desire to compare yourself to other people that are out there in the skateboard world and just get out and skate and have fun, it can transform our skateboarding. It can make our skateboarding and our hobby become absolutely great and super enjoyable. Now, it's a lot easier said than done, but it's something to strive for and something to remind ourselves when we go out and skateboard. You know, it's not a bad thing to push and to progress, but I tend to believe that skateboarders overemphasize the pushing and the progressing and trying to get better, and they underemphasize being content with the level that they're at. That's what I have to remind myself is it's okay to just be okay at skating. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you got something out of it. Thanks for watching. It means a lot. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.